young Palestinian nurse killed on Friday while
A young medic's final moment. Razan al-Najjar, racist, helped an injured Palestinian protester.
On June 1st, 2018, an Israeli soldier shot into a crowd of protesters in Gaza, killing a volunteer medic named Razan al-Najjar.
Shall justice prevail? That is the question that we always raise when the issue in question is related to the cause of Palestine. Pro-justice activists celebrated California court ruling in favor of the Palestinian American activist Suhair Nafal, who was sued for her Facebook post showing the crime of killing a 21-year-old Palestinian paramedic Razan al-Najjar by an Israeli sniper on the border of the Gaza Strip in 2018. Welcome to Palestine Broadcast International. I'm Osama Nazal, and it's really a great honor to have Suhair Nafal as the guest of our program. Welcome to the program, Suhair.
Thank you very much for having me.
First of all, congratulations for winning that legal battle that you described as a victory, not only for you, for Suhair, but it is a victory for all justice and freedom-loving people. In what sense it is a victory for all those people, mainly the people who support justice for Palestine?
Being on social media and exposing the truth and the facts about what's happening in Palestine, whether it's in Gaza or in the West Bank, any occupied territory, it's my duty as an American who needs to take advantage of the social media platform and share the truth. I was targeted for sharing the truth. My post that was posted about Razan Najjar, comparing her to the American IDF agent, was misconstrued, unfortunately, and it was shared all over the country and the world, and this girl was targeted. However, it is my duty as an American, and it's my right as an American to share the truth on social media. What this does is it allows Americans, non-Americans all over the world who take to social media and feel the obligation of sharing the truth on their posts, because mainstream media here in the United States or all over the world is afraid to expose what Israel's been doing. And so that we had a California judge who was principled and knew that this case was completely egregious and basically illegal to bring to our country from Israel, to try to change U.S. laws based on Israel laws, was a very clear message to Israel that not only the United States, or not only California, but the United States is going to continue to protect its people in terms of free speech and the First Amendment. So this is a win for everybody, all social media activists and activists everywhere here in this country, that they can continue to feel free to post what they want about what's happening in Israel. And we know that we are the only ones that need to do it.
Yes, and that case in particular was like a major blow to the Israeli ongoing effort to silence the voices for Palestine, and mainly the BDS, whether in the United States or in other countries around the world. How do you think the BDS can benefit from your case and all those people who say yes for freedom and justice for Palestine?
BDS is for boycott, divestment, and sanction.
Yes.
I understand that there is a movement, a pro-Zionist movement, internationally and both here in the United States, that's trying to silence that movement.
Yeah.
That movement is aimed to boycott and put Israel in a position that will compromise their financial existence. What we won here was forced free speech. So obviously it will go hand in hand with the concept of boycotting and divesting and inflicting sanctions on Israel.
Yes, and
So in a way, obviously, it will go hand in hand.
Yes, so here you said we have a lot of work ahead of us, but we are tireless and we will not give up until we see justice served. How this determination would give the Palestinian national cause space in the American foreign policy today, especially we are talking about the new American administration, the policy of which towards the Palestinians and the Middle East in general could be different from the previous one?
All we can do is continue to speak the truth.
Yes.
Also support candidates in the United States who are running for office, like Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar. They're obviously in office now and have been elected, alhamdulillah. As a people, we have to always support and make sure candidates who run for office, whether in Senate or Congress, who are principled individuals who believe what is happening in Palestine is unjust and are willing to stand their ground when it comes to policy. So what we can do as a movement is make sure officials are elected, as many as we can get elected, and people who have any feeling whatsoever of running for office, wherever they are in the United States, will feel encouraged that they have sort of an army around them now that's going to support them financially, publicly, to not be afraid to run.
Yes, Sohair, and one can only hope the case in California will have an impact in other countries, not only in California or the United States, but in other countries on this planet where the Zionists are leading the witch hunt to try to conflate the criticism of the Israeli colonial policy and the Israeli crimes against the Palestinians with anti-Semitism. Do you think it is feasible? It's possible? What is your take on that?
Absolutely. I believe that this case, in fact, this case is now a precedent case, meaning that it will be among cases that will be researched in law school or any sort of case that will need this particular case as precedent, and it will be used, which is a huge win for us. Also, in the history of the United States, as we know, a judge, a sitting judge of not a Supreme Court, a Superior Court of California, in so many words said that Israel is not a democratic state.
Yes.
That we will never adopt any sort of laws or mimic any sort of laws by Israel, because that is not who we are. So in so many words, a judge said and wrote in his ruling that Israel is not a democratic state. And that's huge. That's what we need. And if this judge did it, other judges will do it.
Yes, so my last question to you. When you learned that there is a lawsuit against you in the court, you called the Arab American Anti-Discrimination Committee for help. They helped you, and your lawyer was doing a great job, and you won the case. Does this lead us to say that the Arab community in the United States today have their saying in the American society? Do they have power to impact the policy of the American administration, or it is still early to make such a judgment? What do you think?
This was this was the win outside of the political realm. Although you can look at it that way, yes. I guess to answer your question is ultimately Arabs, an Arab organization supported a lawsuit that was actually political in nature, and it was defeated. This law firm that was supporting Rebecca, the American girl that sued me, their whole purpose was to change laws here in the United States. And again, it didn't happen. So we as Arabs stepped up and we followed our laws here in the United States. And thankfully we got a judge again who was principled and did the right thing. And so, you know, you can say we Arabs did actually change history.
Yeah, så هنا för Palestinian
with the partnership of the United States.
Yeah, so هنا for Palestinian American activists, it has been a great pleasure having you on our program. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.